Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns here. Watch my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, so named because we have players here in the United States, where I am, and then across the pond in Europe, covering many different time zones. And we found this time on Sundays, evening/afternoon, so that we can play together. This continues our first series of 2021, which is Apocalypse World Burned Over-ish, with some second edition stuff where we can't find it in Burned Over, and the XP system from the digital zine, but also some of the stuff from the most recent Patreon release. If you're confused, welcome to our world. So, we are using the Carnival of Bullets hard zone. That's the setting. Carnival of Bullets is a creation of Sawyer of Ferretheim Games. A big fan of his stuff. You should check it out either on their itch store or on drive-thru RPG. Lots of Monster Hearts 2, and I believe some of the Apocalypse World stuff is also up there and available for you. In our last session, we explored Neon Blossoms. Someone had major surgery that took one thing out and put some other thing in. Marilyn found out that the whirly rig is probably gone. Screwloose also found out the whirly rig is probably gone. Ariel tried to take care of her people and herself, and found that Princess was pretty worse for wear. And we ended the session with Dex and Ariel heading to the outskirts of Neon Blossoms to find that Princess had laid down and was lying in a pool of blood. And we were doing just a slight bit of retcon to say that not only are Whatever and Marilyn heading to see Radiant Whatever, being the guardian for Marilyn, but Screwloose is probably tagging along. As a reminder, we do have some safety tools. We have lines and veils. We have lines against cannibalism, gratuitous cruelty presented as entertainment, and sexual assault. We have veils on eye injuries, harm to animals, and harm to children. And then 100% enthusiastic consent for graphic gore and hella circus shit. So, with all of that out of the way, let's go around the horn to introduce characters briefly and then hit our start of session moves. Alex, you're up.
Hi, I'm Alex. I use he, him, and I'm playing Marilyn, the operator who, until recently, drives around the apocalypse, hurrying things and people. And hopefully he will rectify that situation by bleeding some rich person for all they're worth.
Indeed.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically and not literally. Jan, you're up.
Hi, my name is Jan. I use the he, him pronouns. I will be playing Screwloose, who also uses he, him pronouns. Screwloose is creative, curious. He's a gay cutter, by the way. Important. He's creative, curious, distracted, inventive, obsessive, and restless. And he just lost a dear friend.
Condolences.
Jen, you're up.
All right. Hello, my name's Jen. I use the she, her pronouns. I am playing Dex, the medic, who also uses she, her pronouns. She can give off a bit of an irreverent first impression, especially at her clinic/hair salon Remedy, where you can get a color job, you can get a haircut, you can get a shave, and of course, if you are in need of patching up, the smallest stitches you've ever seen. And yeah, she's a little uncomfortable being in Neon Blossoms again.
Get a lot of guts coming around here after what you pulled. Sabine, you're up.
Yeah, hi, my name is Sabine. I use any pronouns. I play Whatever, who also isn't very interested in pronouns. Usually people use she, her for whatever, but if somebody wants to use anything else, they'll be fine. Whatever is the volatile playbook, has a lot of weapons, has a gang now, but I think she left them at their headquarters for now to go with Marilyn and Screwloose to go with Ariel to figure out what the rest was doing, what everybody else was doing, and mainly Dex. And then Ariel left her in front of this fancy club, like, no, you're not coming with me, you're not invited. And well, no, she didn't. She just walked in and whatever didn't. So whatever just met up with Marilyn, and Marilyn was going somewhere, and whatever decided to tag along. And Squee suddenly is with us as well. And the last thing she said to Marilyn was, "Where's the whirly rig?" Which I think will be explained in a minute.
With a lot of weeping. Not sure who would cry more, Marilyn or Screwloose. Last, but certainly not least, Tyler.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I am playing Ariel, the monarch, with she, her pronouns. And I have pretty consistently been an upbeat, positive influence in our dark, dark world. But now I've seen the injustice that is being put upon the carnival by the mad leader of the big top, Nero, and I am devoted to the idea of revolution. Viva la revolution!
Nice. So let's do our start of session moves. We'll stick with you, Tyler. For Ariel, you have devotion.
Alrighty. All right, rolling first for the Guardians. That's a 12. Rolling for
Nice.
the Cult. That's a 10. Everybody loves Ariel today.
Get all the devotions. So just to state it out loud, one of the things that we puzzled through pre-game is that what do these devotions mean? Because you have a gang, it means that you'll get an extra bid if you happen to go into battle, and you get all their devotions, and they, as guardians, give you devotions of battle and protection. So you'll get an extra bid and do battle on that. And of course, just a general role-playing cue for me when portraying your gathering of followers, the family, and the guardians. So thank you very much for that. Don't think whatever has any start of session. Is that correct? No start of session. Jen, for Dex, sixth sense.
Let's roll it. Don't roll D2s.
Pointed.
That is beautiful. I think that the die roller knew that you were in Neon Blossoms. So your sixth sense, which is fully updated, you get 3 hold. That is pretty great. Let's see. I don't think Screwy has any, but we do have ear to the ground. So let's do that for Maryland.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel Big Top would have to be the place, because I would be listening out for, you know, if things were escalating, because, you know, it's good to know where not to go. But cool. I'll roll that. Well, I managed to get above a 3 on one of those dice, which was previously impossible.
Previously statistically impossible. Yeah. 7 to 9, you were choosing Big Top, and on 7 to 9, word reaches you that choose one.
Danger of using touch screens. I was going to try and scroll with my finger.
They're facing a serious problem there. Somebody there needs to talk to you. Something bad is coming your way, and the people have a warning for you.
They're all nice and bad. So that's good, in my opinion. I think someone needing to talk to me.
Oh, yes. Ask the MC who. That sounds really, really good.
I mean,
So,
to me, it is implied that it's a bad thing.
of course. I mean, you're not wrong.
Good.
I think Deadeye is trying to get in contact with you. How would she know how to reach out to you with a whirly rig that's been destroyed? Do you have some kind of radio that you carry, or do you imagine?
I mean, maybe I'm not going to get the message just yet, because maybe I have to
Okay.
go and at least
We'll find another way.
connect
They
back
will
into my
look for-
network with my radio.
Yeah.
And if
they'll
there's
look-
any one place I can go and get my radio.
Oh, well, that's a thing that we'll deal with right away. So let's pick up with.
I do have a question for
Oh,
Marilyn.
yes. Oh, thank you for remembering that.
Yes. Marilyn, what do you hope for?
Oh. Yeah, I feel Marilyn has a very reactive, I don't feel he plans a huge amount.
In the breast of every man, there
Yeah.
still was the ember of hope.
Yeah.
That I may breathe upon to produce the flame.
I think he occasionally looks to the horizon and he just thinks, what's, past there, past where everyone else has been.
Wonderful.
I think there's some, wanderlust.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So we open up with the wreckage. The first thing we see is the wreckage of the whirly rig. Though there are 4 technicians and very clean. Like, screw this. Why are they so clean if they do work? These technicians are in these kind of silvery coveralls, and you see that there's a woman who's directing their efforts, and they're kind of pulling the remnants of the giant tire apart and cutting into it to get into the rim. And there's one person who's flips down something similar to what Screw Loose carries around so they can start doing some spot welding on the spokes. Another person has the remnants of what was the tertiary engine backup, and they're trying to figure out how it fits together, but it is a mess. And they happen to be in this garage area, poured concrete, but there are a number of assistant devices that are coming in, and the 3 of you are standing just outside. You were walking towards where you've been told you were told to follow this particular set of lights in the sidewalk, Marilyn, and it just happened to lead you right past this garage, and there's the whirly rig. What is the expression we see on Screw Loose's face?
Like tears welling in his eyes, and probably slowly walking over there. Even if he's not supposed to go there, he's just going to.
I got the idea this is part of Radiant has picked this up, or is this get people scavenging and just taking it, or
no one seems to be scavenging and taking, Marilyn. At least from first, it looks like they're trying to piece it back together, but there's some consternation. In fact, as you move closer, Screw Loose, the woman who has this data pad, she's imagine person supervisor with clipboard. She has this data pad. You can see the colorful lights on the pad. And she looks over and she looks at you for a moment. And Screwless, you feel like this warm sensation at that wound. You built this.
Yes. I built her.
Her. Nice.
Yeah, and she's mine.
And the guy who has the two halves of your tertiary like engine support system is looking at like, how does this even go together?
You don't understand?
The woman says, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
But you're gonna do it all wrong.
And she kind of looks at you, and the guy with the engine, he shrinks back when you say that, and he looks to the supervisor. I think we can manage.
No. He built her. You listen to him.
And you are...
What?
No, I know you, Screwloose. Who are you? This woman stands like 5'1". She's older. Like you can see there's strands of her hair that are kind of wisping out of the bun that she has it pulled back into that are gray. And she has a hardened face.
On the circuit. I went to the World Gig.
Oh. And she looks over to the guy who's holding the empty or the half pieces. And he says, the electric circuit. He's, oh, this is yours. Apologies.
Yeah, and you can't take any of it.
We're not taking any of it. We're putting it back together.
Marilyn,
You put it together
shut
wrong.
up. Shut up. You're the reason why she's in this state.
What did you even do to that thing?
There's laser damage.
Okay. Thank you for the information, but I actually was asking this guy, and I point to Marilyn.
Just thought it'd be pertinent information.
Thank you.
Get out.
I appreciate it. Marilyn, what happened? I mean,
Can't run over a guy.
oh, wrong guy. Okay.
Yeah, I was actually also hoping to have a look at that donkey.
Okay, there was a guy and a donkey and lasers. If you don't want to tell me, it's fine. Just say so.
Cyber donkey.
It's the same with all this neon blossom shit. It's, there's a mechanical donkey and a laser wanker.
Okay. I still only get donkey, but it's fine. Okay, laser donkey.
You remember in the race?
Yeah.
All the car bodies.
Oh, that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that I remember that
ran him
laser.
over.
I
Just
wouldn't.
the way it would go by that.
Okay.
I didn't mean to screw loose. I didn't mean to put her in danger like that. I mean, I'm sorry.
But you did.
If you're interested in consultation, Screw Loose, my name's Toyota. And me and my team were happy to consult with you on some of the whys and wherewithals with some of the design of this particular vehicle.
Wait, I'm consulting, but
Radiant paid us to get this thing up and running.
I can just
I want the floating stuff.
you,
Sorry.
you don't need those machines. You can just it's better if you take time and you do it yourself. It'll take longer, but it'll be better.
I've got a work order. I need to get him up and running.
We need wheels out of this place.
Her.
Screw it, we need wheels to get out of this place. Because we don't know what kind of bullshit is rolling through the carnival right now, and I want to be mobile. You want to be mobile. You do. Trust me.
Listen, we just have a work order to get it up and running. You guys get it out of Neon Blossoms. You want to do whatever you want to do with it, Screw Loose. That's your choice.
Oh gosh.
I think Screw is gonna walk over to Whirly Rink, or what remains of her, and I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna do like I'm gonna put my hand on the machinery, and I'm going to do some things speak.
Nice.
What was weird?
Oh my, here it comes.
Oh, my weird's already tagged. Oh, I don't see
I think we whisper into whatever, like anyone tries to push Screwless away from it, don't shoot them, but one step below that.
Oh, okay. Good that you said that, because I would have.
It's an 8.
So what should I do? Sorry, I lost the part where I
know.
don't shoot them.
A step below shooting. I don't know
not
what
shooting.
Alex, I'm sorry, I have a hard time understanding you when you're mumbling like that.
Sorry. One
I know
step. He was asking for you to, if anyone touched Screwloose, do one step below shooting anyone who tried to stop Screwloose.
Okay.
I don't know what your rankings of violence are, but a step below shooting.
There's a step below shooting. And I grin at you.
Is it stabbing?
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Oh.
I get out my machete.
That's terrifying to this work crew.
Marilyn is kind of
they get out of Screwloose's way.
Now.
They're not going to stop Screwloose from touching the wreck. Screwloose, you get one question with an 8.
Yes.
Come on, ask one of the dumb ones. Who handled this last before me?
Yes, exactly. And like, I mean, I'm also very tempted to go for what strong emotions have been most recently nearby this, because it's happening right now.
You're the strong emotion. For some reason, you feel this tide of sadness.
So, I mean, yeah, I kind of. And like, what has been done most? It's been crashed into a fucking cyber donkey.
Right over a cyber donkey.
But you know what? I will ask what has been done most recently with this or to this, as in I kind of want to figure out like how she got here, and like from the crash to now, like.
Yeah,
make sure that they were thorough in getting all the parts and
oh, absolutely. So you like there's this like flash, and you see the vine and kudzu covered ground and the wreckage. You can see the flames licking at some of the tire. and you see the rescue squad come in, and they're like pulling all the people out of the cart and everything, getting them all loaded up. And then the whirly-rig is left there all by her lonesome. Time passes, and then you see this little hover truck come, and it like tilts this bed down, and somebody comes and attaches a couple chains and pulls, and like a third of it comes up, and so they have to go out and get some more chains and pull the rest of it, and they slowly pull all the whirly rig up onto the bed, and it kind of pops up to where it's even, and they work on securing it. It's a team of like 3 people, and then they go out, and they left like 1d10 parts laying behind. One of which looks pretty important. Also, you remember you had a part with you in your leg, so there's that as well.
I wasn't sure if, like, maybe the cyber donkey also had an exhaust pipe. I didn't know.
That sounds even better. The cyber donkey was in your leg. Yes, cyber donkey exhaust pipe was in your leg, and you see the ride, and it heads pretty much straight to this garage. And when the work crew, when the person gets out of the truck, you see that this girl, Toyota, this woman, she signs for it, and it's left there, and they get to work, and they've been working on it for the few hours since while you've been here. Yeah. What's been done to it? They're putting it together based off of how they think this should work. They will make it work. It
but
won't
not,
work
not
as
the
well
way I
as
think.
Yeah, the massive will be going down by 1, but the handling will be going up by 1.
Yeah, I think
if you do nothing.
I think Screw will definitely be like, you didn't get all of her. Where's, and then goes like this. Where's?
We'll just fab some new pieces. It's fine. I mean, honestly, most of this is trash. I appreciate the work, but you did the best you could with what you had. We can fab some new parts for this. Work much better.
Drew, you tell me when they're too disrespectful of the word,
Getting
right?
close. Getting close.
Well, if you want to make, like, you want to make it right, you want to fix it. Like, if you want to make something,
get it up and running, absolutely.
Then make it right. Like, don't, if you want to make it different, then make something else.
I move slowly towards Screwloose and like rest a hand on his shoulder.
Like, you feel like super tense, like
Yeah.
I think you're confronting someone. I want to see you roll with Ag and see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, the
and Marilyn or whatever could easily help.
Phrasings
here.
of
all right
of confronting somebody.
Oh, you can help. Yes.
After this confront, we're going to cut away to.
Okay, I'm okay with. And it's rolling with aggro.
HX.
I need the help.
Is it? Do a HX?
Yeah, you roll HX to help. Although you need Jan will tell you how to help.
Confronting someone.
Oh yes, well, I mean, I think.
Sorry, I'm not asking Marilyn to confront. Screwloose is doing that.
Yeah.
Jan is saying Screwloose could use some help, so Marilyn would roll to help by rolling HX with Screwloose. Is that clearer?
Yeah, I will do what you say.
You're backing Screwloose up, right? Screwloose is getting in Toyota's face. You're backing him up.
Oh, yeah.
Roll plus HX.
Go ahead. And I go 2 with him.
Awesome.
Like the hand on the shoulder. The hand on the shoulder is already a big help, I think, because that's like probably like takes him out of his fury a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 11. Wow, that's pretty great.
But
So
just
that
need
puts it
time.
to a
Okay.
7.
Yes.
So on a
Much
7 to
appreciated.
9, they've got some wiggle room. They can bargain with you. She says,
What the? Sorry, the character sheet just
"What?
went.
Do a thing?"
I can't read the character sheet. I have to reload it because it's
Oh.
going all funky.
I clicked your aggro for you, so
Okay,
you don't have
thank
to worry
you.
about that. And I also clicked the HX for Maryland because I like clicking boxes. What can I say?
I had like it's coming back again. Like I'm getting weird fractals.
Huh?
Oh, and now it's gone, but a bunch of the top fields are great. Like it's fine.
Weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're having trouble. So yeah, I think Toyota's wiggle room is she's going to say, "Listen, why don't we work together to get this thing up and running to fulfill my work order? Then you can use this garage or take it to if you can rent it, or you can take it wherever else because it will ride. But I'm getting paid a lot to get this up and running, and I've got other work to get to. Does that make sense?"
Yes, but you left some parts. Someone needs to get those.
Moxie, could you go back to the site and grab everything that was left behind? He's like, yeah, I'll do that. And he takes off. And then she looks to you like, good enough?
And then Screws will be like, okay,
Nice.
fine. Like, not happy about it, but like, fine. Yeah, you can do your thing.
So we cut to the space where they're going to be running, which is where Ariel and Dex, you're both standing. And if I remember, Ariel had at least Norvell with you, right?
I do.
So Princess is in bad shape, Dex, and you also would know because you have access to the feed and everything that Princess is a cyborg. So it's not just meat that's failing right now; it's parts.
Tex, what can't you save her?
And I sort of go through my memory. Is there anyone in Ariel's collective that has O negative blood?
Ooh, oh, negative blood's pretty rare.
Dex has it, but she doesn't want to tap herself first.
Oh, sure. Well, then, Dex, let's just go ahead and have you roll. Yeah, let's have you roll a d6, and on a 6, somebody in the crew has it.
All right. Just gonna no modifier. 1d6. Roll it. A 3.
No one that you're aware of in the crew have that blood type.
All right, then I'm the Huckleberry. I start. Yeah, I start doing my best to slow Princess's bleeding, because that is priority 1, is to slow it down, and if I can get help from Ariel's crew, all the better. But as soon as I know that people are putting pressure on wounds, then I can tap myself, and then I'm going to have to go in. It's a good thing I had all of that sugar.
I'll move down, and Norvald's there with us, and I'll follow instructions however you tell me to. She didn't even tell me that she was bleeding like this.
You might not have known. Sometimes cybernetic conversion creates pockets of bad sensation. Her readouts may or may not be connected to her own visual feed. there's a lot in play. Visage, could you start a connection and see if you can disable her auto defenses? They're going to be weak anyways because the machine itself is breaking down. But if she tries to stab us in the middle of an operation, that's not going to go well.
Yeah. There's some stuff. Okay. And she reaches in and you see the kind of totally biting off of Ghost in the Shell. She has the little port, the back of her neck thing. She pulls that out and she'll move in and kind of check out the connection ports on the back of Princess's neck. And she says, you owe me. You owe me.
Sure.
She licks the connection and then jams it in. And you see her sit down in crisscross applesauce and start working.
Yep. And I'm just sort of squeezing my hand around another hand and watching the blood bag that I've got here fill up and go,
Whatever it takes, Dex. She saved us.
I know, I'm working on it. Take it out, close it off, bandage myself up. All right, we're going to have to cut through a lot of her clothes. We're going to have to get her to a more sterile location, and then we're going to have to open her up.
They wouldn't let her in the hotel.
I know, she's not allowed in the hospital either. But I make a call to the hospital cybernetically, so nobody can really see me do it.
Nice.
And I see if I can't get a hold of an ambulance driver and get them to just wheel an ambulance out here.
Interesting. Cool. So yeah, I think when you tie into this, you're opening your brain to the psychic maelstrom.
Okay. This is going to be rough, team. Naked die roll. Ariel, you want to help me out?
I'll be there to help.
Yay, babe. Because, just so close. Squeaking.
All right. Rolling with HX, which we're currently at 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Let's see how it goes.
Nice.
That's a 12.
Wow, you are so helpful. Cool.
Maybe, I don't know, since you're doing it silently, I suppose my help or idea might
announce it.
Okay. Tell them whatever it costs. I can pay it.
Will do.
Dex, this is Mother. Princess is not allowed. Why, after all that we have given you, you want to take more? Take it out into the dirty wasteland.
This is why I left, Mother.
You throw a lifesaver to a drowning man. You do not allow them to drown you.
I'm aware of the risks.
Ariel, I demand her services in exchange for this assistance.
I'm sure she would be happy to give them.
I will allow this call to be completed.
Thank you, Mother. Dex out.
Connect with the hospital and summon a person from the ambulance squads, and they will arrive about the same time as Moxie comes in on a hover, basically one of the like a tow truck hover type deal. He comes zooming in, and the rescue squad comes in, and he hops out and starts kind of ambling around. Excuse me, pardon me. He's like grabbing a bunch of pieces and throwing them into a clear bag of some kind. And then one of the techs comes out of the rescue squad. All right, what do you need help with, Dex?
All right. Load her up on a stretcher, get her into the ambulance. We aren't going back to the hospital because, of course, I understand that's against rules, but I'd love to borrow your hands and your equipment. I need at least 4 number 12 clamps immediately on prep. If you have any units of artificial blood, I'd love to be able to use them. I am administering blood to our patient right now. I say as I find a vein, which is actually really challenging on a cyborg.
Nice. And he will get to work and help you. So you're not taking Princess to the hospital. Where do you imagine?
I'm working right there in the.
Oh, just right then and there. Just grab
right
stuff
there
out
in
of
the
your
ambulance,
okay.
because
Cool.
that's going to be my clean space.
Nice. That sounds awesome. Give me so I'm going to give you a +1 ongoing because you have all the stuff that you need.
Cool.
But you're going to need to do a field medic here.
Mm-hmm. I'm good at this.
You are.
For real dice? Oh, total 11. Okay, I was reading my roll modifier as my roll result, and I was that's not the same, guys.
Not the same. Numbers work differently. Sweet. With a 10 plus, she will recover 1 harm. You'll stabilize her, and that is enough for her. And Visage is going to follow over. I'm curious though, Ariel, what are you doing as you see all this activity? Right, they're moving Princess to the back of this rescue squad. You
I
got some guys.
suppose more capable hands have taken over, like staunching the wound, and I've moved over and I'm watching, keeping an eye on Dex as they're doing this, and the people inside, and I imagine that behind me Norval's on Overwatch.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, depending on, like, I'm spending a lot of my time verbally, like, giving orders, making requests, noting different things that I'm observing. Like, this is why external conversion cybernetics are just a mistake. Look at this. The bullet went in here, ricocheted off of the armor in her back, came forward here, perforated this.
No,
All
this
right.
was the original design of the carapace. She should have been armored all around. She's made post installation modifications, obviously. The guy at the rescue squad says.
No, the carapace is the mistake in the first place, leaving meat in the center.
Mother had a
These
reason.
modifications right here are, I think it's all heat mitigation. It's probably what that's for. I'm going to need a couple of meshes and another few lengths of cord here. We're going to get this pinched, sewn back together. Suction.
Yeah, he jumps in. So as Dex is working and you see the signal starts to stabilize, you hear Visage say, "The ice in her is crazy. I've taken down half the barriers and there are things that are popping up. I've gone down 3 different false trails, but I think I've got her responding to me." Did
Good.
anyone want to talk to her, or do you just want me to bring down her security measures?
I could talk to her.
Hold her hand, Ariel. It matters.
And I will move up and take her hand. Princess, we're helping you. Don't fight us. I am here with you. But you're going to be okay.
Nice. Let's see if you can charm her.
Alrighty. That's an 11.
Wow, you are charming.
I am charming. So is Ariel.
Indeed. Let's roll assumption here. All right. Princess, while she's breathing slowly, she doesn't respond out loud. You hear Visage, but the way that Visage is talking makes you feel like it might be Princess. She says, "Why do you care?"
Because you're lonely, and I don't want anyone to be lonely. I care because you're beautiful, and you need a home and a family. And I love making family.
Okay.
You're gonna come back to me?
I want to.
Dex is gonna make sure you're all right. And then you're gonna be just fine.
I love you, Ariel.
Oh, I love you too.
You see a little oily tear leak out of the side of Princess's eye.
You don't ever have to be alone again.
All the security measures are down.
Good, good.
Some of this code is good, but some of it is really old.
Yeah, some of these conversions are pretty old too. I'm pretty sure only Screw Loose could tell me what this part does, for instance. Which is terrible because it's dented and I don't know if I can leave it in like that.
Get her stabilized, and she could come home to the family. Screw Loose is part of the family. We'll take care of her.
All right. Well, after I get these last artificial veins sewn in, it's a little bit of filler, mesh, fluids, and the rest is up to her. And I'm just sewing as I talk about it.
Dex, she saved us when Nero's people came just to kill anyone. If she hadn't have sacrificed herself, Norval and I and none of us would have gotten out. She's brave.
She's passionate about you.
And I'm passionate about my people, Dex. And Nero did this. And when I went to him and told him what he had done, he attacked me. He shot me. He shot my people. And then when we went to your clinic, he sent his people to watch it. He sent his people to invade your space as well. He has lost any legitimacy to run this carnival. Dex, you have to stand with me. We cannot let him do this to us.
Ariel. Power is legitimacy.
Then we will take his power.
And I look at Ariel for a beat and then back into the work at hand. I've always wondered if you would be the next Nero.
I think that unlike Ariel, most of the time that kind of puts me back on my heel and I don't respond. I just kind of shut up and hold Princess's hand.
That feels like an end scene right there. That was pretty powerful. Cool. We've been at it for a bit. Let's go ahead and take a mid-game break. And we're back. So let's pick up with I want to pick back up with whatever Screw Loose in Maryland. After the truck arrives, Moxie comes back and he has this bag of stuff, and Screw Loose, you check it over. It fits all the inventory. Marilyn, you see your radio is there.
I'd pick it up absently, like I'm not expecting it to work. I was like, click the button and just.
It looks like it's in as good shape as it was before.
I'll flip through a few channels, if anything.
Cool. When you click through a couple of channels, you hear.
Trying to reach Marilyn. Marilyn, are you there? Marilyn? This is Deadeye.
Did I?
Oh, good. I've been trying to call you for a
my
while.
rig's been wrecked, so I mean I can't give you a ride.
Oh,
I mean I've got a. Yeah. Anyway, don't expect a ride for the next few days. Anyway.
okay. Probably good if you don't come to Big Top anyway. Can you talk?
Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
I
private
recommend you stay out of Ariel's way. Nero's put a hit out on her. He's already reaching out to a few
Why?
of the areas.
I mean, what?
Yeah. Evidently, she's gone from persona non grata to somebody that needs to be taken down. Nero's already made some forays to St. Mortal's
like 5
Alley.
foot, nothing. I mean, she can be a bit scary sometimes, but I mean, Nero's not afraid of what? This makes no sense.
Yeah. I knew that she was competition, but a little competition's good for business.
I mean, is that what the word out is? That it's like competition?
No, what Nero's telling people is that she brought Norval and all of her heavies in on a hit on him right in the middle of Big Top.
Okay, what's the word that's... Let's carry a row. What went down there? Because, I mean, she seemed okay. I saw her aerial like an hour ago, and it seemed all right. I mean, well, live.
Well, see, Pieces of 8 and Nero have been going at each other for a while. So evidently one of basically Peace's cousin, you know who.
Yeah, yeah. Get to the end. I got that part, but I mean, did it like you pot shots and everyone at home, or is it worse?
It's not good. Nero's going to war against Dusk Caraway and Ariel. Cold War's over. Everything quiet is being said out loud.
Yeah, I need a ride more than ever.
I sure would like to get out of here.
Can we get a ride back on the road? What have you got to offer?
I've got Jingle, but I've got other things. What do you need?
In a sales market, so
I could take out Frankie for you.
tempting.
Arrow through the eye, she'd never see it coming. No fuss, no muss.
We'll see. I'll get back to you.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking for other
Wait.
people to get me out of here.
I just switch it on.
Yeah, you cut that off in mid.
Yeah.
Her saying she's going to find somebody else if you
Yeah.
take too long. Yep. And whatever, and Screw Loose, if you wanted to listen in, I don't think Marilyn was necessarily hiding this away from everybody. So
I think Screwloose wasn't listening in. I think he was he was probably trying to reach out to Mother in his own head, and probably like he probably just like really bluntly just starts like, out there, like, what are you trying to do here? What's your goal?
Oh, that is definitely opening your brain.
I would like to think outside of his, his inward leaning conversation, I would have like just grabbed his sleeve and I would be like trying to make people take me to Radiance and just like taking Screws with me and like waving whatever to follow. If she was willing.
You were talking to Deadeye, right? I think you don't.
Yes.
I think, do you know that she has a hit out on whatever, right? That she wants to kill her. Just so.
Oh, but she wants to do it personally. She hasn't hired anybody to do it.
Yeah, but you probably don't want whatever to listen into this, right?
I think I would be like, I would have had the conversation, but I would have been like looking at whatever in a kind of maybe don't talk.
Okay. I can do that. Okay.
And obviously I would then kind of be a little kind of slightly apologetic rug to whatever after getting off the radio. It's business. I mean, I wouldn't bring her to, kill you or anything.
Thank you. I appreciate that you wouldn't bring her in to kill me. Really, I do.
I mean, there's business and then there's, being,
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if you want to take Frankie out, you could have always asked me. Just saying. Also, Ariel's going to war with Nero. She's asked me to come and help her, or she hired me to come and help her, but I don't know. I said yes in the beginning, but she did a thing, and I'm thinking I don't want to work with her anymore.
I mean, if I get my wheels up and running, you know, there's the door.
Don't think there's a door big enough
Oh,
to
it's a
get away from
metaphorical
Big
door.
Top. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you didn't get it. It was a metaphorical door, but you got it. It's okay. I shouldn't use metaphors.
I have a really hard time understanding you, Alex. I'm sorry.
Apologies. I don't know what I was saying. I was doing Marilyn ramblings. And now I don't know what I said previously. Basically, I was just implying that if I get the whirligig functioning, I will be out the door.
Yeah,
gone.
That's said. I don't think there is a door big enough to get away from Big Top.
Yeah. Well, you can get fast enough. I'll try to get more seats on the world than the new one. Also, not free.
I'd like to see a part of the world where I'm safe, but I don't think there is one. So
it's shades of safety.
I grew up when I was a kid. I was in a safe place. That got destroyed. So I don't know. I don't think I'll ever feel safe again.
As you guys are having this conversation, you've entered a glass elevator, this sliding up this gleaming high rise. And so your view is getting wider and wider and wider, and you're able to look out over the expanse, see across the savannas of the primordial wastes and primordial fields. You see Big Top, you see all of your hard zone.
Occasionally do little glances at Skrulus and wonder what's going on in his slightly out of focused eyes.
I've rolled already.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
My plan is to continue. Neon Blossoms has reached a critical point. Our resources do not allow us to expand. We can only hold.
So you're looking for resources.
If resources were to expand, Neon Blossoms would have the ability to also correspondingly expand.
Do you mean Neon Blossom, or do you mean you?
I am Neon Blossoms, Skrulus.
Okay. So it's not about putting flying cars out there, it's putting you out there.
Are they not one and the same? I offer technological advancement, peace, stability, harmony, enlightenment.
But that's not a flying car.
True.
Where are you going to get the resources?
The resources will not be given to us.
You want to take them.
Commitment of our limited resources to take other resources is a zero-sum game. Lives would be lost.
What?
I am Neon Blossom. I serve and protect the people of Neon Blossom and help them to grow, unless, like Dex, they foolishly choose to go into the wastes.
Okay. So, but do you want to ask more people to join you like you asked me, or?
You are special, Screwloose. You're very special.
That's what
There are some who could join our collective.
That's what people always say. People go, yeah, Screwloose, he's special.
I take it from the context you are using that it is not complimentary, but trust me when I
I
say
don't think so.
you are special in a way that is extremely rare.
How?
You understand how things can be built. You understand not just how to fix things, but to create things.
Hmm.
That is how the world becomes more beautiful.
Okay. I have a feeling that you're not going to go out and scavenge like I do normally. And
Of course not.
It seems to me like you just want to take it by force.
Again, your logic is flawed based on your background. I would not send my forces out into the wastes, commit them to death, lose the resources we have, trying to gather new resources. Of course, the people of the wastes will not hand them over, nor will they trade for them at a loss. Therefore, I wait.
Wait for what?
Inevitability. Man brought the apocalypse. Man will bring the apocalypse again. All I need do is keep Neon Blossoms functional, happy, ready.
Okay. What if they use up all the resources?
That is an interesting conundrum. I must ponder on that.
Me too.
And then you hear the ding of the elevator, and you're brought out of your conversation with Mother. And you are several hundred meters up in the air in a glass elevator that opens into a beautiful penthouse.
That's right. Flying cars. Good. You're on point. It's great. Good. You're listening.
What? Huh?
We're gonna. I mean,
Gonna get a flying car?
oh, you know better. We're gonna talk to this radiant person.
I
Yeah.
They
mean, would be nice if Whirligig 2 could fly, right?
I don't know. Like if I would put wings on you, would that make you happy?
Depends on how they would function, and they would probably interfere with some of my weapons. But on the other hand,
And then like Screws is really like pointing at you like, yes, exactly.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind having wings though. Would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, Screws, come on. Can you imagine if you could fly around? Probably be a big target in the sky, but still, it's kind of amazing, I think.
Yes. I mean, it looks pretty cool from above.
Have you flown before?
No, but I have
No.
a friend that does.
Oh, wow. I've once seen a very old movie thingy where people would fly. I mean, they did it apparently in the olden times constantly. I don't know.
It's easier to fly if you're smaller.
I'm small.
Even smaller.
Oh. You? Maybe, I mean, yeah, maybe like an insect small. You were saying that?
No.
What then?
You also have too many things. I don't
I
think.
have...
Yeah, you don't. You have too many things. Like points at all the.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes for a bit of weight. But they're not attached. Unless you mean my leg, that's attached. But
To get like the more things you want to get off the ground, the more power you need to get it off the ground.
Like throwing someone.
If you want to fly, you need to travel light. You need to be small.
I can take off one of my legs. Would that help?
And well, I mean, maybe,
Hmm.
but that thing seems heavier.
But that's just my backpack. I can take off my backpack. I can maybe not all of my weapons, right? But some.
Mm-hmm.
I think Marilyn's, by the way, pinned the side of the kind of elevator near the door, away from the glass.
I'm just saying. I'm just probably unrealistic.
Guys, just
what?
You don't need to stand so close.
To what?
Huh?
The glass.
What's with the glass? I mean, that view is amazing, and I lean up to the glass and put my nose on it.
Oh, you're one of those people that have those hits of being dizzy, or that's awesome.
Trying to not look at the windows, but look at the little number that's going up, and try and gauge. I mean, I got the idea that it's floors of the building, but I mean, looking at the building from the outside, it looks really tall.
You're somewhere on the 100th floor when the elevator reaches the top.
That's almost like flying, getting up here, I guess.
You actually pass clouds at one point.
You need a really big scope if you want to use a gun from up here, but imagine what you could hit. I mean, just saying, not that presently I want to hit someone, maybe, but okay, I want to hit someone, but wouldn't go well.
I think I totally fall backwards, or trip backwards as the door opened.
And you step from the clear tile to a carpet, and you hear this soft string music playing. The smell in here is of some kind of incense, and it's just as bright in this area as it was in the glass elevator because there are so many windows, and this entire floor appears to be one contiguous cavernous apartment. You see things that we take for advantage, or we take for granted, such as a wall screen, an 80, 80, like basically a wall screen, like an entire screen that's showing a bunch of imagery, some kind of older television show. Jen, what is the TV show that is playing on this wall screen? It's from
Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life, some bizarre animated adventure of a cow and a
Cows don't
yellow
talk.
creature. Yeah,
Oh.
they don't. Doesn't make sense at all. And there's this like central area. It looks like this gigantic couch in the round, if it were, but it's kind of poured concrete that goes down a couple of steps. And there, watching Rocco's Modern Life is this woman. Now, you're right. Rocco is a wallaby. We have
He
a
stands
picture.
by his comment of cows don't talk. What the hell's a wallaby?
And you see that there's a dark-haired woman who appears to be in her 40s. She's fully clothed. She actually is wearing like this kind of zippered hoodie of some kind and a pair of slacks. And Screw Loose, you can tell this woman has a lot of tech on her. You can just feel it.
Do I recognize her?
If you access, you
I
would,
looked
because
her
you
up.
got the public feed on Radiant. You know all
Yes.
about her. She's the awesome person.
Like, oh, that's her.
She smiles. Her smile is perfect. Like every tooth is exactly formed.
Like
I'm not
Screws,
gonna
of course,
roll.
like rudely pointing at her, like, look, that's her.
That's who? Who's that?
Another voice?
Radiant.
Oh, sure.
Are you rolling reputation for Marilyn?
Yeah, I was gonna say if I'm gonna roll it for anyone, it feels like I should be rolling it.
I think it's good.
That's with cool.
It is.
9.
Cool. With reputation on a 9. On a 7 to 9, tell the MC what they've heard, and the MC tells you what they've also heard.
He seems to have a one-track mind and probably be led by his greed. That's what he said.
She's also heard that that is a cover for actually having a shrivel of decency. Ah, she stands gracefully. Marilyn, the electric champion. I am honored to meet you.
So what do you get out of this?
Why don't you come in and we'll talk about it? Would you like something to drink, perhaps? Something to eat? You all look tired.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not tired. Except, surgery wasn't that long ago.
And I'm sorry, we haven't met. I am called Radiant.
I know. Oh, yes, but I'm
I'm
Screwloose.
sorry, I was talking to you, and she looks at you, whatever.
I look at her, yeah. Whatever.
It's her name.
It's
No,
what
I'm
people
sorry.
call me. It's not my name, it's what people call me.
What is your name, darling?
I'm telling you, I don't know you.
We
And
don't
I'm
know
not
her
your
either.
and I'm surely not your darling, my dear.
Not yet, but perhaps.
No.
I'm furiously gesturing to Radiant just to back off that.
She nods. She listens to you. Like, she's trusting your word. This is your friend. This is the person you brought in. Squib, some drinks. Please, come in. Have a seat. What I get is the privilege of sponsoring the Electric Circuit Champion. There's a lot of prestige in that. I've been
If you're so
refused
interested
past.
in the electric circuit, why don't you know who I am?
She looks at you for a moment, and Screwloose, you feel like a tug. Yes, you were his second. I'm so sorry, whatever. I apologize. It was very rude of me. I did not do the proper amount of research. Well,
Scrooge is surprised, and he goes like, "Wait, I think she got that from me."
it's a pleasure to have the three of you in my home. Meager as it is, I hope that I'm able to entertain you. And Marilyn, I hope that we can come to an accord so that you will consider me your patron for as long as you are the champion of the electric circuit. I think it will be mutually beneficial.
Get my right button, bro.
That is my intent. I've asked Toyota, one of our best techs, to get right on getting your, what was it? Whirly rig back onto the road.
Gig. Fully gig.
And a guy comes out, he's got a tray, and he's dressed in this weird like black and white outfit with some kind of black thing across his neck for...
Can I read her?
Sure.
I would like to, because I don't trust her at all. I want to know what she's up to. And I get to roll with sharp. Not my best stat, but, well, whatever.
So you read someone a charged interaction. Are you saying that whatever considers this a charged interaction?
Totally. Of course. I mean, that's basically every interaction she has with
No.
someone who is not exactly her friend, right? I mean, yeah, without dice, I'm rolling a 0. That is fine. I'll do it again with dice, and it's a 7. So,
Oh, without dice, you rolled a 0.
well, at least I didn't roll D2s.
I'm not sure if
No.
the D0 is better.
No, it's not, but
Yeah,
it's
we get
easier
to
to
hold
notice
one.
that you've rolled no dice.
That's true. It's pretty clean.
So I think, I think I would like to know what she's feeling, because asking if she's telling the truth, there are lots of truths, but what is she feeling actually? What is her emotional state?
She she's uncertain about you, and now that she's pulled up the files, she's curious. She's leery of Screwloose, like he's some kind of threat, perhaps. But she feels pretty confident with Maryland. Like she's planned out most of this conversation. She feels like she's got that handled. And you guys are a couple of wrinkles, but she's got it. She's fine. This is no problem. I mean, I don't know
But
if
she's
whatever
not
would
anxious or
respect
tense.
someone. No, she's
She's not
confident. Like
Okay.
she's used to dealing with people from the outside world. Like she evidently has dealt with folks from the wastes. She doesn't seem to be quite as mollycoddled as some of the other people that you've dealt with here.
I haven't dealt with any other people here, so.
Fair enough. So the guy at the black and white outfit comes around and he hands you guys each some drinks in very nice looking glasses. Aww. And she says, and whatever you are continuing to work with Marilyn?
Yes, you're right. Sorry, didn't find the unmute button.
It's okay.
I look at her and I say, yeah, maybe. The mood strikes me.
Well, good. We'll have to work out a contract as well then. You'll be providing protection to my star attraction. Screw Loose, what's your part in this?
But part in what?
This interaction. Are you here as a consultant for Marilyn, or?
I came to trade for parts, but then I also made her.
You did?
The rig, yes.
Well, Toyota did send a note that you had some concerns. So we'll need to work out. We'll need to work out recompense for your consultation in making sure that we bring the whirly rig back to specs.
Okay, that'd be nice.
All right, we'll take care of it.
I need some parts for a hand specifically.
Ah, interesting. Can you produce an itemized list of what you need?
Like literally goes like, I guess that's something I could have done. Just more like the kind of person that goes like, I'll grab whatever I can. I can, I guess. Yes.
All right. If you can provide that to Toyota, or if you want to send it straight to me, then I will make sure that that list is fulfilled, and we'll call that recompense for your consultation and bring the whirly rig back up and running. So I have to ask exactly what happened to the whirly rig. Do either of you know? We're going to say that Marilyn had to go to the bathroom because Alex needed to step away. So,
Where
and now he's trying to figure out the 3 seashells.
Experience, right?
The 3 seashells.
Yay! Someone got my movie quote. Woohoo!
Also, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do my business here. It doesn't, smell like it.
I don't smell where the stuff goes.
Wait, what was the question?
What happened to the whirly rig?
Oh, well,
Here.
Marilyn did, and a donkey.
Cyber donkey,
Yes.
from what I hear.
And lasers. Well, one laser. And what was that guy's name? He's dead now.
Interesting.
He was riding the donkey.
I have to be honest with you, Screw Loose. I've never been a fan of the whole cyber donkey arrangement ever since.
Why not? They seem interesting.
They are. The collective voted to...
How do you make them? Do you make them?
Oh, no. No, that's an ugly business. I would not be involved in such a thing. See, it's a punishment.
To the machines?
It's a punishment for people.
Cyber donkeys are people?
They were.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Why?
Well, this happened a number of years ago. There was a movement. I may have had a hand in that movement to strike down the death penalty. We felt that it was overly harsh that males that broke certain laws would be put to death. Unfortunately, you know how it is sometimes. The revolution can get away from you. Turns out that there was a secondary result that once we were victorious, making sure that the collective would no longer pursue the death penalty for males who violated particular ordinances, that there was also a resource issue. And so one was used to solve for the other, and someone got involved who decided to make them beasts of burden. I really don't completely understand. It got away from me exactly. I had a number of things going on there, and before you know it, men are being turned into donkeys, cyber donkeys.
Okay.
Not ladies.
Oh, no.
What happens to the naughty ladies?
Re-education. Rarely happens. We are the superior gender.
Why?
Oh, that is a lengthy discussion. I have volumes of videos discussing. So would you like to see my TED Talk?
What?
And then she calls out to the wall screen and then starts to produce. So you see this video that looks very slickly produced, like what you'd seen before, of her giving a talk to an entire gigantic audience and auditorium filled with various dignitaries talking about is misandry bad or is it right? She tells this like story that seems like it has nothing to do with the topic. And then she pulls like one particular bon mot out of that personal experience, expounds on it in various ways that have specious amounts of logic, but make you feel good if that's what you believe. And then, really brings it home to various applause.
Screws will just be, I still don't get it.
Nah, me neither.
Yeah, it's not really built to argue against a point as much as reinforce a thing that you kind of wanted to already believe.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean,
She laughs like you just made a joke using your own name.
I didn't. I think I'll go and see what. No, I don't think I'll go and see what Marilyn's doing. I'll just ask her, do you know how to fly?
If I say yes, are you going to throw me out of a window?
No.
Then
Look, if I had come here to kill you or anything like that, we wouldn't have a conversation.
Well, no, it would have been an excellent end of a joke. And I've now seen your files on violence. I have to say I'm impressed. I admire what you do.
Yeah, but I don't throw people out of windows just to prove, maybe to prove a point, but not that kind of point.
Yes, I'm a trained pilot.
What does that mean?
I can fly things. I can pilot things to fly.
Oh, okay, but you can't fly by your.
I personally cannot.
Don't
fly.
have wings
No,
or something like a wingsuit or thing. I saw a movie once where a man flew around and shot lasers from his eyes, but I don't know. I think he was the bad guy.
Sounds fun, but that's not anything that I have. Sadly.
And I looked to Screwloose. Screwloose can. Is there a rig that someone can make that would let people shoot lasers from their eyes?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Where are you gonna like? The thing is, the gray bits, they don't do well with heat.
Okay.
Like it's not good to stay out in the sun too long, for instance. Lasers are hot.
Oh, okay. And then fry your brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laser nipples, though, maybe.
And I look at Screw and said, "You didn't just, dude."
What? They're much better positioned and more storage space also, but you might lose some lung capacity.
I think maybe a laser gun or something like that would be the best bet. Instead of shooting it out of body parts.
Oh yes, that obviously.
Yeah. I just wondered.
Yes. Look, are you serious about this or not?
I know, I was wondering if there could be someone who could shoot lasers from not their eyes, obviously, but from goggles or something.
Goggles.
Without frying their brain, preferably.
And difficult. Also, you need a big power source. So.
Okay.
Would you like me to make you something? Whatever.
Could you make something that would shoot lasers from a leg?
Yes.
Ooh.
But it would have to come out the bottom parts. So it's a bit difficult to aim.
I will lift the artificial leg and stretch it out.
Also, you're going to need parts from these people.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Parts.
I guess.
It's gonna have to be parts from Neon Blossom.
But it would be a pretty big surprise to some people if I could shoot a laser from my heel. Right?
I mean, yeah, I would be surprised. Well, I guess I wouldn't be because I made it.
Yeah, that would be very. Yeah, but I'm just thinking, since I've got a leg you could put this stuff into. I like what you did with the lights.
Glad you like it.
Yeah.
Do you want more?
No, it's fine. I can hang it up and then read by the lights of my leg.
Well, that's a good use of, yeah. I hadn't thought of it like that. I thought you were just doing it for visibility.
No, I just thought it would be nice. I mean, I'll need lights to read by anyway.
What do you read?
Whatever I can get my hands on. I mean, there are not a lot of books left.
That was a stupid question. Screw.
No, I mean, I like poetry, but you know that, right?
Yes. Does that fall under whatever, though? Or does that fall under whatever, or do you prefer poetry?
I prefer poetry.
Okay. Why?
Because, when you shoot a bullet, it goes straight to the point. And when you shoot a poem, it also goes straight to the point.
Does it?
Yes. If you understand it,
it never
then it goes.
It never gets to the point for me.
Yeah, you have to think about it, but when you do, it will hit you at one point. I think. For me it is. And mostly it hits me in the place where I feel stuff. But I can control it.
I prefer words that say what they mean instead of other things.
Well, sometimes I like having words that I have to think about.
Words are words.
Words are not your thing, right, Scree?
They're useful if they, are useful.
Yeah.
And then probably looking to our host, going like, "Oh, sorry."
When you guys started that conversation, she just kind of pulled up a little, just zoned out on her phone. That's no problem. I think that might be a good scene,
Yeah,
because I'd like to check in on Dex and Ariel before we bring the session to a close. So, yeah, I'm happy to jump forward some time. I'm really curious once you guys get Princess stable and taken care of.
Dex,
What do you do?
I really appreciate this. We're going to take her to be with the rest of the family. I would like for you to come with us.
Well, with Nero's people crowding out Remedy, I'm not sure where else I could go.
And once I get to the family and make sure everyone's okay, Norval and the crew can go back and help take care of Remedy. And I made sure that Monk and Lion knew what was going on. They're safe.
Thank you.
Please come with me.
Of course. Come on.
Norval will pick up Princess and begin carrying her as the three of us go, heading off. We're going to the I put them there with Regent, under Regent's care.
Yeah, that totally makes sense to me. Regent would want that. So
as we go, I think Norval actually kind of looks over at me and says, "They're going to be coming for you. Should we call your father's people?" And I look at, "No, not yet. It's not ready yet. The time will be soon." And we'll continue walking. As we get there, I'd like to read a sitch there as we come into the wager.
Okay.
I'm wanting to kind of I know that by the majority of my gang, the Guardians are there. I don't even like calling them a gang. They're not really a gang. They're the protectors. They're there with the family. So they'll be looking out to see us coming in. As soon as we come in, they'll kind of move up. But I'm wanting to read across to see in the big wager. I have to feel like all the downtrodden people come here in hopes of getting things a little better. This is a place that you sort of get the chance for things to go better.
Yes, that is the thing. As long as you've got something to wager to make those things go better.
All right. So I'd like to read a sitch as we come into the wager.
All right.
I'm rolling +3. I got an 11.
Wow, you get 3 questions.
All right. First off, I'd like to know who's in control here as far as the the laborers of the carnival.
Who's in control for the labors of the carnival?
Right. The people who do the grunt work for the carnival as a whole. Is there one that is important?
So they work through proxies here at Solomon's Wager. But the Queen of Hearts, who calls her home in Angor's magical wasteland, is the person who owns the contracts for folks all the way from Tum Tum to others So Regent and Queen of Hearts often see each other as partners for the good of Solomon's Wager, but they differ in how things should be approached because they're effectively competitors for getting things done.
Okay. I think Norval would have, kind of made the point as we were walking up that I'm in danger. Nero is almost certainly gunning for me. So what should I be on the lookout for?
You should be on the lookout for anyone who's trying to integrate themselves, like mix in with the people of Solomon's Wager, but look a bit out of place, maybe a bit like they are from Big Top.
Okay. And my final one is who or what represents the best opportunity for me to get someone inside the Big Top on my side? I need a bowl.
If you're willing to trade one boss for another, backing Jinx to make a play for Nero might be an avenue for you. If you want someone who has a beef, then Hawk is your girl.
So Hawk has a beef. Jinx is someone that's a competitor to Nero.
Jinx thinks that she's next in line, and that line should be short any day now.
Gotcha. I'll see how okay. Then I'll shift over. Jen, you wanted to do something after this.
Yes, I'd like to spend a hold from my sixth sense and ask what my sixth sense is telling me.
Nice. What your sixth sense is telling you is that Big Top is making a play to hire Frankie to do the job on Ariel, just to cut the head off the snake. And the barter that has been offered to Frankie is a king's wage.
And where are we at physically? Like place.
Oh, that's a good question. I think you guys were headed into Solomon's Wager, and you're just kind of checking out the scene as you're moving in. I don't think Ariel's being very open about the arrival, but
not yet. But I'm heading to a place of prominence.
Right. And you are carrying. Norval is carrying Princess's body, or princess.
I just sort of lean over and go, well, clearly Nero sees something in you because he's taking you very seriously.
What do you mean?
Calling on hits?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's... I suppose I should expect that, and in the end, it was going to happen regardless. I'm going to make a bit of a scene, Dex. It's time to raise the flag, and I am going to rally the troops. You don't have to be with me, but in the end, he is going to destroy us all if we don't take him down.
Oh, I agree. I even prefer you over Nero in any case.
I appreciate that. There's a
Nero
better...
held dead over my whole family for years, so I don't exactly love him.
There's a better way. This can be a better place. And, well, he may try to kill me, but I'm willing to die to try and see this be a better place. And I think about then we see the family starting to run up. And I'm going to find the most prominent high spot as I stand up on it.
Mm-hmm.
If,
And that's going to draw a lot of attention.
I give Ariel's hand a squeeze and step away and say that I'll meet her back at the cabaret, or
Don't go there. He's already searched it out. Go to Regent.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I step up. My friends, fellows of the carnival, we have all worked so hard. We have all tried to bring some light into this terrible darkness. While all this time, an oppressive figure has stood above us, reaping the benefits, taking onto themselves the glory of our own performances, squeezing from us all of our creativity. Yesterday, he was so angry that I demanded justice that he shot me down. But I did not fall. I'm standing up. And I'm asking all of you to stand up with me. I will be brave. I will be loyal. I will be true. I will not let Nero work us all into an early grave so that he may fiddle on the top of balconies and laugh at our strife. We have the power, and we are the carnival. And I'm going to begin singing. There it is. And if people will listen, I'm going to try and perform.
Oh, a selection from Mulan, I see. Oh, man. Loyal, brave, and true. Nice. I did not know Christina Aguilera did a... Oh, it
For
must
the
have been
movie,
for the
yeah.
re-release, the live
I
action.
have
That's
so
cool.
much of a music catalog. Thank you, Disney, for owning everything.
Disney does own
Oh,
everything.
all right. I have rolled horrible.
So, hey, Dex, you spot Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
She is moving into a position out of Norval's view.
I tase her ass.
Let's see you. I think I guess the question is, are you standing in defense or are you going in blazing? It feels like a going in blazing.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Roll with aggro.
I'm gonna use the +1 that I get from following some Sixth Sense answers.
Yup. It means you're rolling
Yup.
flat.
And worth mentioning, this makes total sense, but I don't suffer a hard move for a failed performance, so at least I'll still get to do my shit.
Well, it wasn't
Right,
a hard
this is-
move
yeah.
because you get to react to it. But yeah, we're
Yep.
on the same page.
Oh,
It's a great performance. Like, it's incredible. People definitely respond to it. You though, Ariel, you know,
I know
wasn't
it
as
didn't
good-
do what
wasn't
it needed to do.
something was
Oh.
off.
it was good, but it didn't
Some of the
land.
ways that you just didn't land the way you imagined it, the way you know you could have.
Well, good news, everybody. I rolled a 3.
You're aware there's no XP on a fail.
Well, no, but I got an XP for rolling aggro.
You're getting an XP for rolling aggro. That's true. That's true.
See, it's variety. The spreads.
Yeah. So you
Let him shoot me.
Yeah. I got a double think. So you're moving up on Frankie, Dex, and I'm going to say that Frankie's kind of blended into the crowd, because if she'd gotten in any obvious sniper point, Norval or the gang would have picked it out. But by being amongst the populace gives her enough anonymity to get close. You move up to try to stun her and take care of the problem before she does anything, when you end up feeling the sting of a stun at your back, and you fall in the crowd, and when you're rolled over and look up, you see that it's Monk. A gunshot rings out, and we see Ariel hit and knocked to the ground. Everyone starts screaming, and that's when we bring this session to a close. So let's quickly go through our HX. So, Screw Loose, who knows you better?
Whatever.
For sure. Dex, who knows you better?
I mean, Ariel, I think.
Whatever, who knows you better?
I think Skurlus, because, I mean, yeah, we haven't talked before.
It's nice to see you guys talk. Ariel, who knows you better?
Definitely Dex.
Awesome. Does that roll anyone over?
I've rolled and got an extra one. And so that you can know, I will go ahead and tell you, I have taken as my rollover a new addition to my people.
Oh.
Which was what this was all set up for. I am taking the laborers. I am choosing 1 to 3, and I'm choosing 2 of them. The skilled labor and the manual labor of the carnival are now part of the people.
Oh my goodness, you just made a play for the Queen of Hearts stuff. This is not good for Queen of Hearts, baby. Not good for you. We'll see. Delightful. Cool. I don't think HX rolled over for anybody this time around.
No, I have 2 people at 3 now, so we're getting close to one. Like
doorstep.
Screw hasn't had one yet.
I rolled over on Dex.
And ditto me for Ariel.
So, oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you guys will think of questions and we'll lead with those next session. Cool. Let's jump over to do some stars and wishes. So we'll start with wishes so that we can end with stars. Who would like to go first for wishes?
I'll start. What the heck? Wishes. I am all about the political struggle. I want to see the mess that's going on with this. Me rabble rousing, whose toes I'm stepping on, and more of putting Nero on the back foot or on the aggression, one or the other. I am all about that.
Good. I am happy to hear that then, because that's great.
I wish I would get to roll more a little, because this time I just got to roll once, and well.
Oh, don't forget, everybody gets that free XP. But yes, I hear you.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever didn't get to roll dice hardly ever. Cool. Jen or Jan would like to go next.
I mean, I'm just
sorry. thought of another wish because I have a move. I have a move that only triggers when I'm in the presence of multiple people, and I never am. So I wish that I could trigger the dangerous presence at one point. I mean, I have once, I think, but that was just the one time. So.
Okay. That's interesting. That makes me kind of think about how do I frame scenes, and it's I don't give you that opportunity often. I'll work on it. Yeah.
Same as Tyler, really. I wish to see more of the power struggles. I'm interested in the plans of Neon Blossom. I'm interested in the power struggles in the Big Top. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that.
Cool. Jen.
Yeah, definitely interested in seeing how this power play shakes out. Seems pretty dramatic. Monk, no, why? And also going to kind of echo one of Sabine's wishes. So I've had no chances to use Inheritor at all. And I've kind of been like, this will be my shit. Action's happening now, so I guess I can't reflect. Okay, cool. Well, how about this time? Maybe it'll happen around this. Well,
okay.
And so that's.
I'll give a think on how to make space for that because I think that's important.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm interested in where things are going. Here for the ride. Anything I really wish for next session? Nothing else really leaps out.
Okay. Well, we'll keep with you on stars because we do this in snake order.
All right. Stars. Screw Loose telling Marilyn to shut up. That was so good. I was like, yes, it's my boy. Screw Loose asking whatever why they like poetry, and whatever doing her best to explain what poetry means, or at least whatever poetry means to whatever. That was a very charming and interesting conversation. I love that Screw Loose is always kind of willing to ask the questions that are too simple for most of the more quotes serious people around him to ask, even though actually those questions are really fruitful. More stars. More really good NPC work this session. I think there was some good stuff. Radiant was kind of interesting and weird. Just seeing the descriptions of Radiant's place and how one got to it and getting in the towers, and Marilyn's totally relatable reaction to being in a glass elevator on the outside of a giant building. Feelings, mood. I liked being able to be elbows deep in a medical problem. That was definitely like something I'm here for, playing a medic so that I can be solving very bad medical problems. So that was quite cool. It was very cool to do a bit of straight talking with Ariel again. And I think that runs me out of stars.
Oh my gosh. I've got to jump in. No, I think I know Tyler will say it, but I'm writing myself a note. So I don't want to snag your star, but if you don't say it, I know the star I'm going to throw out. So anyway, Jan, you're up next.
A big star for Ariel's speech. a big star for the interaction between whatever and Screw Loose. I loved the conversation. It was funny yet serious yet like sort of touching. Like I really enjoyed the conversation with Mother. And I was enjoying the scene with Marilyn a lot. When he was so bashful, and I mean, I guess star for Jen more than Dex, but like I just cracked up when there was suddenly like the I taste his ass. Like I just went like.
Yep.
I was muted.
Like
So good.
I think that's a thing with the sort of Frankie, Dex, Marilyn triangle, is that like Marilyn's always been afraid to deal with Frankie, and Dex has always been incapable of dealing with Frankie.
Nice. Sabine, you're up. Do you have any stars?
Yeah, I think a lot of them were already voiced, but I like the scene I had with Screwloose. I have been waiting a long time to talk to Screwloose, and we finally got a chance. That was nice. I also liked Marilyn in the elevator. Poor thing, I would have reacted the exact same way. I mean, glass elevator on the outside of who thinks that is a good idea?
Whatever,
Hell.
like pressing her nose against the glass was just a really good way to rub it in.
Yeah, because I would never have done that myself. So yeah, and I like Dex being deep in the medical problem and sounding like somebody who had actually an idea about what she was talking. That seemed pretty point on. And yeah, well, Ariel trying to talk to Princess when she was when she was kind of not really conscious. That was a nice touch. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Tyler.
I'm going to start first off. I thought that it was excellent to have a chance to really connect with Dex. Seeing the two of us connect was great. It was something we've been wanting to do. I loved it happening. The whole taking care of Princess was amazing. All of it. I mean, you described it in a way I could see it. It was just so nicely done. I really appreciated kind of the chance to state what I'm doing and Dex's response. I thought that was good. I appreciated you giving me that chance to do it and us being able to go back and forth with it. I thought that was cool. I liked the trio in their entire maneuvering and where they went and how they acted and all the things they did. I thought that was fun. I like seeing was it Reliant, Relevant, the
Radiant.
That those interactions were just fantastic. I also want to say, and this is going to edge towards like Wishthorn with a star sort of territory. I loved that I wrote to you and said, hey, I have something I want to do. And you were willing to say, okay, we're going to make sure it got in there. Because through the session, I was in support. We were in a very micro set. All of us very micro. And we've been very micro. And I was trying to pull us out to a macro. I appreciated you being willing to go ahead and say, okay, let's go out there when I asked to do it. I really appreciate that. And I know we got that idea of, not getting a chance to roll. I came in saying, I've got to get this many ticks. I need this many ticks so I can get these laborers. By the end of this session, I got to have it. And honestly, I made sure I hit those ticks. they're, in the trio's conversation, I feel like sometimes you just gotta dig for the fucking rolls. You just gotta say, I'm gonna make a roll here. And I know it was dirty of me to go in with the situation. Though I was gonna use it, I hated I rolled poorly, so I couldn't use it on anybody. But I needed that sharp roll, so I made sure to get that sharp roll. So I think I'm starting to understand you got to dig into hitting some things. And maybe that's...
Yeah, but Tyler, that's a lot easier if you have a social character.
Well,
and not a fighter, because, just intimidating people.
But you could have read a person off of Radiance. Yeah, you could have done read a person off that.
I did that. That was the one roll I got in this.
That's the one roll you got.
Game.
That's what I'm saying is that I'm starting to feel like you've got to dig to get your rolls in. And my digs ended up being a help and a cool and a sharp, and then I rolled over and then the freebie. But it's digging. It's digging to get them. And whether that's good on a game or not, it's, if you want to hit them, you got to hit them.
What's interesting is that this very conversation was the premise Vincent used in going to the new XP system, which is just like did you play this session? Like
always level after 2.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting because that was the compelling part of what Vincent had to say. That I thought, you know what? That's a good point. It can be frustrating in this game if you've got a character in a situation where the things that you want to roll wouldn't make logical sense for how your character might interact with the world.
Because it's level after 2 for sure in that other role XP system.
Yep, it is. Anyway, just thought that was an interesting conversation.
All around, I thought everything that we saw from characters was neat and expanded the characters. Every character seems a bit broader after this session.
Cool. So I don't think I heard this from you, and if you said it and I missed it, I'm sorry, but a star for Dex saying Ariel might be the next Nero. Oh my god, that was so good. That was
in my back pocket for a while.
Oh, it's fucking obvious, but it's just great to have it out there and open. Like that is epilogue of terror. That is pretty great.
Because I've tried to play Dex as a little bit skeptical and distant of what Ariel does and says for the most part. Like, we'll go to the cabaret, loves the show, interested in the people, but she's been here a while and knows there are a lot of people selling beauty in this area. What actually makes Ariel different?
I think Ariel is early seasons Game of Thrones Daenerys in a way. Just wonder if she's going to end up getting the shitty treatment at the end or not. All right. Hopefully Tyler will play all the way through and we won't be like handing it over to a different player who's like, Daenerys would kill all the peoples because conflict. Cool.
Yeah, Ariel loves the people.
That's right. Let's bring this to a close. Thank you all so much for playing. And anybody watching, we appreciate it. See you guys next week.
Bye.